This is one of those things I picked up at the restore, and it's kind of amazing. So it's this little box of razors, and I bought it because it says it's the finest surgical steel. And so clearly old school craftsmanship, made in USA, which is nuts nowadays. Curious to see. It says it's for shaving, but you can see the milling marks right there. So anyways, I'm gonna need a good scraper to trim this back, and I thought this might be my best bet, so I'm gonna give it a shot here in a second. But it's beautiful. It's even got, you know, when you put your name on stuff, that's when you care about what you're making. Okay, so I need to trim back the pigment and the CA glue that I put on here, and the best way to level it down, I think, is going to be to try to shave it back and keep the blade on the same plane, the same space as the top of the dresser. I think I just put another scratch in the top. But before I sand it and start scratching up the area around it, I wanted to take this and clear it out as much as possible. There's some nice clean cuts. So I kind of dug out the CA glue. But I'm going to do a lot of testing on this dresser, and one of the things I'm going to test is something I saw on YouTube where a guy brought a laminate top back to life by using dark wax and a buffer. So I'm going to call that good on the razor at the moment. Okay, I just wanted to show you that you don't need to be afraid of it too much. If you get the razors kind of as flat as possible and angle your cut. And then I do what's called a kind of a skew cut. You twist the blade, instead of going straight at it, you go this way and let it slide. And what it does is, part of it is, if you go this way and it catches, you can kind of scratch this way. If you've got the angle, then it'll help kind of either cut or slide on by without doing too much damage. Oops, just put a scratch in there. That was dumb. All right, so I'm gonna do a quick field test. So as I mentioned, this dresser's kind of an experiment. I'm going to take a little bit of water here. Sand out the CA glue some. Just to flatten it out further. And take a microfiber and clean it. So that's not too bad. You can see it's taken away some of the sheen, but that's okay. There's a plan to fix that. Okay, so I've got some Woodworkers steel wool. This high quality, that's 100%. There it is, extra fine, quadruple lot. So very soft stuff, the finest you can get. This is chalk paint wax, but it's the dark stuff. I don't even know what's in here, but a fellow YouTuber said the way to rejuvenate a laminate top. Oh my goodness, it's never been used. It smells like wax. So it's a dark wax. What he said to do was apply it to the top with steel wool and then to buff it out with a car buffer. I do not have a car buffer, but I can put felt pads on my Festool sanders, or I think they would probably go on any sander. It's just a felt hook and loop affair. I am not seeing the end of this. That's bizarre. Oh, there we go. I think I just need a little bit. Nobody told me what to expect. Ugh. Oh, let me get a scissors. Okay, so let's follow up on that. Just a semi-sharp kitchen scissors, and we're in business, I think. I have a really bad tendency of being cheap with this stuff. I think it's a genetic problem. I come from a Scottish group of people who are very frugal. So, you know, it's a lifetime supply of wax in here if I don't use too much of it at a time. And that's how I'm going to look at it. So anyways, let's get this party started. So you get some wax, get on your steel wool, and then you just start wiping it into the top. There's already a greater contrast here. I can kind of see how this could work. I've never done it, and it was 30 bucks. And so if this is going to be just a horrific failure, I might as well do it on a piece. I may not bother making the legs if this top doesn't go well. I'll just sell it as a mid-century modern box with drawers. Oh well. Let's see what happens. I talked to somebody about the Annie Sloan. She wasn't a fan. She said it was pretty stiff, and I think she used a car buffer and did some other tricks and didn't have the luck that she was hoping to have with it. But we'll see if we do better. It definitely filled in my crack repair. Ugh, that does take some work. Maybe I need a heat gun or something. So I can't remember in the video if he just let it dry out and then buffed it to death or what, but I guess that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give my arm a break. So it's black wax. I don't know. Like I said, you can kind of, oops. I want to kind of blend this edge if I can. That just saves me a little bit in retouching or finishing. Okay, so I'm just going to let that sit there, and then I'm going to hit it with the machine and see what it looks like.